Either God here coming to you live and direct with another video. And in this video, I wanted to just talk briefly about the N word with the ER at the end and the C word. I had just seen a photo of George Floyd, some type of mural or graffiti painting on a wall, right? And somebody wrote on it, "Nigger lives don't matter," right? And I want to, share my thoughts on this, right? My first thought was how do you know who wrote on that mural? Like, the way I see it, they already got us fighting on race, right? Black versus white. That's like the base foundation of all war or whatever when it comes to race, black versus white. Okay, anybody, the way I see it, anybody could have wrote on that, wrote "nigger lives don't matter," right? So when people see that, of course they gonna take a picture and there's gonna be a huge controversy about it, and that's gonna spark up the race war once again. I'm not saying that it stopped. I know race is still an ongoing battle, right? But the fact that they know how to keep stuff going. A black person could have wrote "nigger lives don't matter." You don't know who wrote that on George Floyd's painting on the wall. So that's that's what I hate. Like, most people are just gonna assume a white person wrote "nigger lives don't matter." It could be anybody. I'm not saying that a racist person or a racist white person didn't write that on now, but I'm saying that's how they use people to do that. For all we know, they could have paid somebody to put "nigger lives don't matter." See what I'm saying? So it's like an ongoing war. And then here go the psychology behind it. First of all, so-called nigger or Niger is an actual country in Africa, as far as I know. Nigeria. But it's just a matter of like pronunciation. Like, they don't tricked us to a point where we don't even like to be called nigger. The way I see it, it's not that people get mad when they're called nigger. It's that what's attached to it. So-called black people were literally getting whipped and slain and hung and stuff like that, associated with the word nigger. That has nothing to do with the word itself. You can hang somebody. That don't mean you gotta call them nigger. Like, I can hang anybody, but that don't mean that don't mean I have to associate that heinous that heinous act with the word nigger. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, and then what about the C word, cracker? It amazes me. Like, I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, you have the N word and you have the C word. You can say either one with the hard ER. Like, it's like, what's the point? They got so-called black people not wanting to be called nigger because it is associated with being hung, being whipped, being enslaved and stuff like that. Even though everybody's being enslaved and stuff like that. It's been many races of people been enslaved by their own races. You still got today African princes and stuff like that selling out their own African people. But it's just amazing. It just amazes me how they can, keep this ongoing battle going based off a N word and a C word. Mostly the N word. Like if a white person, if a so-called white person was to say the N word on national television, they gonna get bashed for it. See, they don't already created this type of animosity to a point where it's always gonna be a war on that. From now on till we die, it's gonna always be a war on saying the N word. And this is the way I see the psychology, right? I already mentioned this in a previous video. They done tricked us with reverse psychology. Remember how I said, we used to be in the fields picking cotton and stuff like that. What's wrong with picking cotton? There's nothing wrong with picking cotton. It's just what came associated with it. Them whipping the so-called black people while they were picking cotton. Like I said, if we didn't have machinery, what were we gonna do? All we had was cotton in the field to make our clothes. So what other choice was you gonna do? Only thing you had to do was pick the cotton and make your clothes handmade. Like, it's just amazing. Like, think about that. They don't trick us to a point where we don't want to go back out in the fields and pick how we been picking and gardening. Picking cotton is a part of a natural way of life, but they tricked us to a point where we don't want to do that. We rather go to Thailand or some type of Chinese factory and let them make our clothes for us. I'm not saying that I'd rather pick I'd rather pick cotton before I go to China factory, but I'm just making a point. This is how they did the reverse psychology. They moved us out of earth. They moved us out of, gardening and stuff like that. They said they'll do it for us. And now because of that, we became weaker because of that. We now depend on the system more so than our own selves now. They now govern our minds, our mental. Since we don't have that ability to do it no more for our own selves. So that's all I'm saying. Like, and it's the same thing with the word nigger. Nigger, Niger, it's the same thing. People, like black people, don't even want to be called nigger or Niger, I would say. They don't want to be called any when that's literally an African country. Nigeria. You drink, what's the word? Niagara water. It's all the same thing. See how they don't trick you? Or tricked us? Like, bro, it's crazy. And then, as far as I know, the word cracker isn't even associated with a white person being white. As far as I know, shout out to Cell Fluid, he said that cracker comes from the powers that be, whatever race they are. I'm not even sure they don't have a race. They just using the so-called white man. They just using their vessel. Cracker comes from them cracking the codes to nature. That's what a cracker is. A cracker, a hacker. They cracked the codes. That's all it is. It's not associated with somebody having, pigmentation of the skin. See how they done tricked us? They got black people thinking that nigger is bad, and they got white people thinking cracker is bad, when neither of them have nothing to do with skin color. Really listen to me, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all. It's what's associated with it. You got these old heads, they saying these crackers ain't shit. And then you got the so-called white people saying, the so-called racist white people saying these niggers ain't shit. Like, bruh, it's so funny to me. And people really, so-called black people really, everybody of all races really think we still ain't in slavery. We still are being enslaved. We don't have to be getting whipped with whips and stuff like that. We still enslavement. They don't figured out a way. They said, well, we don't have to whip them no more. Now we can get them by the mind. This was all a process. This was a part of the process. They had to work this shit up in stages. Back then, they weren't able to do what they are able to do today. So basically, they done came a long way on their behalf. Back then they couldn't do what they can now. With all this they didn't have all that technology back then, or they didn't use it. They didn't use it, I'll say. Cause for all I know, they probably did have it, but So yeah, again, we got to get out of this illusion of the word nigger and cracker. But yeah, this was just upon me seeing nigger lives don't matter on George Floyd's painting on the wall. And I was like, anybody could have painted that. Whether they black, white, purple, it don't matter. It's like that was guaranteed. That's guaranteed to start a war, especially when it's uploaded online. Not to mention in person. Like, let's say you see George Floyd painting, right? And you walking by and you see that, and then a white person walking by as well. That's gonna automatically start some type of energy. Like, I feel like inside their head, they're gonna be like, I wonder did this person do that? See what I'm saying? Like, it's like an unseen energy that they always cause. Like, a white person and a black person can get in an argument, right? In a store. Guaranteed, somebody's first thought gonna be it's because of race. Guaranteed. That's gonna be the first thought that hits somebody's mind. Race. He's racist. She's racist. He doesn't like black people. She doesn't like black people, and vice versa. They don't create an ongoing war. And all I'm saying is we gotta uninstall it. Everybody who sees beyond race and isn't so-called racist needs to be stepping up and doing something about this. However we can. I don't know how. But I know we do gotta do something. Otherwise, this war is just gonna keep going on and on forever. As long as the powers that be have the say so. So yeah, I pretty much said what I wanted to say. Y'all should get the point. So yeah, with that being said, Eater God signing out. Like, share, and subscribe. Spread awareness. And I'll see y'all next time on the next video. Peace.